And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, it got worse. Y'all, it got worse. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. Ready to Love Season 10, The Reunion Part 2. Baby, I'm glad that some people in this cast got some sense because it seems like a lot of them don't, okay? We got some things to get into, but before we do, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video on through, and if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you have been here before and you've been joining me through this Ready to Love journey and you have yet to subscribe, I'm trying to figure out what are you waiting for, okay? You like it here, I want you here, so go ahead and subscribe. And if you are one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm ready to get into this reunion so we can be done with Ready to Love as a whole for this season. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So we pick up with Rose still going off, okay? She's like, Kim, who was Alexa? Who was Alexa? And I'm not talking about AI Alexa. She said she went to help him move and Alexa kept calling and calling and calling and he said he wasn't going to answer, okay? Now Kim said that she's his ex. Rose was doing way too much. Talking about, so is she pregnant? Kim was like, no. So did y'all have a scare? And Kim was like, I mean, in the past. And I'm like, Rose, is Kim your man? For you to be doing all of this, that had to be your man for you to be acting like this on the stage, correct? So apparently she went through this man's phone when she was at his house and I think he fell asleep or something like that. It was given very much press. Okay? Because Rose, you're going too hard for a man that's not your man for real. It's very clear that y'all was just hooking up and having fun. So why are you really this mad? Why are we doing this? And I'm sitting here trying to figure out why was this the time to do it? Because Rose feels like that Cam got this edit that he was this great, amazing man, and she's upset about that. So she wants to tarnish his image and let everyone know that he's a player from the Himalayas. That's basically what this was all about because honestly, what y'all did in y'all free time after the show has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Because for one, you didn't leave with Kim. If you left with Kim, then all of this would be relevant. But apparently it's not relevant. She's talking about she's happy she left with Hussein as her number one. And I'm sitting here like, I'm confused. You left here with Hussein as your number one, but yet you started having sex with Kim. Make it all make sense, girl. Make it all make sense. Cam said that she was having sex with the both of them. Child, I said, hold up, bring it back. Wait a minute. What do you mean she was having sex with the both of them? This is why she is up here out for blood. She feels like she got played by both of them, so she wants to go up here and tarnish their image the best way that she can. I'm sorry to break it to you, Rose. You play nobody but yourself. You up here looking crazy. Girl. This is not a good look. Take your L on the chin and keep on moving. So Tommy was like, you've been having sex with Hussein? She said that they were dating, and that's what grown people do. So basically, yeah, she was having sex with him. But I'm assuming that it wasn't at the same time as she was having sex with Kim, which makes me feel like she was having sex with Hussein during the process. After the process, she ended up having sex with Kim because she was still upset with Hussein. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I ain't gonna hold you. She starts going off on Cam. She's calling him a con artist, a narcissist, telling him he's controlling and all the things, other things. And Cam is sitting here like, how am I controlling? Like, what is going on? I'm sitting here like, what is going on? See, this is why you can't be just giving your body to these men because they cause you sometimes to act crazy. The D must have been good because homegirl was up there out for blood. When I tell you out for blood, okay? Tommy had to step in and stop everything because, like I said, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. If you had left with Kim, then this would make perfect sense why we got to see all of this. But because you didn't leave with Kim, there was no purpose for this at all. You just wanted to make that man look bad, and honestly, it backfired on you. I ain't gonna hold you, Rose. It backfired on you, okay? So then we get to watch Rose's journey. And after we watched this whole segment, she said that her and Hussein had a deep connection, okay? He said that it was just the deal breaker for him with the whole child's father situation. He just didn't rock with it like that, okay? But he wished that he could have been the one to send her home. Hussein just really feels like he wished he would have been the one to sit down and let her know it was over, considering the fact that they had a deeper connection. Well, that's not what happened. Cam sent her home and she's mad at both of y'all because she eventually was banging both of y'all. Kim said that it was the hardest thing that he ever had to do. I mean, I'm sure you had to do harder things in life, Kim. I'm sure that's probably why you probably got the windows busted out a few times. Just saying. Just saying. But nonetheless, Rose said she had high hopes and she never expected to leave alone. She feels robbed, gypped, and she got her happy ending stolen from her. Rose. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. Because if you got your happy ending stolen from you, it couldn't have been that bad because you went on to continue dating Kim and trying to get your happy ending there, and that didn't work. So your happy ending was not stolen. Everything that happened between you and the men was partially your fault, okay? Because you withheld the information. Yes, they didn't ask. And when they found out, they went on and did what was best for them. End the story. Nobody got gypped. Nobody was robbed. And nobody's happy ending was stolen. You literally was messing with both of these men and it still did not work out for you. So whether it was in this process or after this process, your happy ending wasn't stolen. It just seemed like it was never going to work. Child, I'm sitting here like, Rose, we need to get off of her because she was wearing me out, y'all. Wearing me out. Now she's sitting there crying because she's thinking about giving up on love. But she's not going to do it because love will find her. And it will. Love will find you, girl. Love will find you. But you have to be upfront with who you are. I feel like the Rose we got on TV is not the Rose that is at the reunion. And the way your exes got up there and act like you was all this Miss Perfect and all the things is not giving that at all. I think you really need to be authentic to who you are, Rose. And the person that we got to see is not the person that I feel like the men met. I'm just being honest, okay? So now we get to watch Eddie's journey. Y'all, watching back some of these clips, I realized how good the first half of this season was. If they would have never took that hiatus and let us flow into it, it probably would have been better because the first half of this season was really good. The second half fell flat. Flat as hell, okay? But nonetheless, after we watch Eddie's journey, the women do feel like, he was here for the right reasons, whatever. And Tommy was like, so then why did y'all send him home? And, Angie was like, listen, yeah, he made me cry, but that wasn't enough. We needed a little bit more. So Tommy asked Rose, why did you think that he was here playing the field? Why do you think Eddie was out here playing the field? She said because she had heard that he was in a full-blown relationship during the process and after the process. I said, Rose is outside. Outside. Now, he said that he was never in no relationship during this process or after the process. And I'm trying to remember, did I hear anything about Eddie being in a relationship? Because trust and believe, if he was in one, I would have heard about it. It would have been some speculation out there. But I don't remember if I heard anything for sure. I'm gonna have to do some research. But nonetheless, he told Rose that a couple of people were on the same frequency as she was. And I'm sitting here like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that they was acting crazy just like her? I even asked Tammy Talks. I said, Tammy, what does this mean? Tammy said, girl, I don't know. I thought it was an inside joke. I don't know what these people talking about at this point. But nonetheless, Tommy asked Coley, girl, why was you trying to kiss Eddie like that? And she said, well, I liked him. I thought he liked me, so I figured, a kiss would be cool or whatever. But one thing's for sure, he ain't never got to worry about it again, okay? And then in this process, Coley ended up winking at him. She definitely has a soft spot for Eddie, okay? She does. She claimed that she wouldn't spin a block on him and she wouldn't go back because she only gives one chance, it's not two. But something tells me that, if he wanted to, he could. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. So now we get into Kiara and her man, Jay. And we get to watch their journey, their love story unfold, okay? So after we watch that, of course, we got to get into this argument that they had at the getaway because that's literally the only thing that we got to talk about with these two, okay? That's it. Now, Kiara said it just frustrated her because her and Jay had the conversation twice before they got there that he wouldn't do anything to embarrass her and he would not cross any boundaries. But then he got up there and did the exact same thing he said that he wouldn't do. Because if you said that it's always been me, and then you get here and I find out that it ain't always been me, there's a problem. Sahara said, hold on, wait a minute, let's be clear, Kiara, it was always you. So then Tommy turned to Kiara and was like, so if you knew that it was always Kiara, then why was you having your legs all up on Jay? Why you had your legs on him? Now she said that Jay was her top, that was her connection, so she didn't see what the problem was. And Kiara said, see, the problem is that I didn't know y'all had a connection at all, because the way Jay made it seem to Kiara was that Sahara was all over him like white on rice, and that she liked him and he didn't like her. That sounds like he was running game, if you ask me, because you making it seem like you didn't have a connection with Sahara. You sat up there when Kiara approached you about it, and then you was playing in Sahara's face like, we don't have no connection. We didn't have no connection. You know, we just friends. Now you want to sit up here and admit to the fact that you had a connection with her? Jay? So just like Sahara said, Jay, it's all your fault. That's basically what it is. He said, well, like, Kiara knows I'm a flirt. She knows I'm a flirt, but I made a mistake and I'll own up to it. See? That's the red flag, and that's the boundary that she was talking about. She literally knows that you are a flirt, which is why she's had that conversation with you not once but twice, and you still went up there and disrespected her and embarrassed her. So yeah, I'm not surprised that y'all not together. Because what do we find out? They not together. But you want to know why they not together? Because he didn't want to take her out. He made this whole thing about how she bougie and whatnot, but didn't want to take her out like that wasn't going to be one of her demands. Be effing for real, Jay. Be effing for real. Now, Kiara says that he said, give me a week, but then he flipped it and was like, give me a month. And she was like, I need to go out. Like, what do you want me to do? Sit around for a month while you regroup or get yourself together? And he's like, I mean, we just got finished doing all these dates and all these things. Like, we just needed a break. And Kiara's like, what you want me to do? You want me to just sit around and wait for you? He feels like, he really just loves laying up with her and talking and going deep. That's what's most important to him. That's what fulfills him the most. But for her, fulfillment comes with going outside and going out to eat. And I'm sitting here like, Jay, if you knew how you sound crazy. You sound crazy. Because you know that Kiara is one of those girls that's going to want to go out. You know this about her, so why are you acting surprised? She feels like it's only what he wants to do. Tommy even had to jump in there and was like, hold on. I like to be home too, but I also know that I have a wife that I have to take out. Exactly. So you mean to tell me you did months of dating multiple people, right? I understand the burnout, the crash out is real. But at the end of the day, you found your lady, right? You want to keep your lady, right? So then you should take your lady out. It gave very much, you put forth effort during the process, and then right after the process, you felt like you didn't have to anymore. That's what it was giving. And Kiara said she's not settling for less, and she want to take his time and not go on dates. He'll find him a girl that's fine with that, because she has moved on and she's dating, and now she has her man. Not her man, but her man, okay? So we go on a break, right? And while we're on this break, of course, the cameras are rolling. So Cisco was like, yeah, Jay, how you feeling? You feeling some type of way with it being caught off guard about her having a man? And he like, nah. You know how many bitches I got? Man, stop playing with me. Corny. Sir, please, miss me with all that. Jay, how many bitches you got? How many you got, sir? Line them up for me. Let me see them. Your feelings seem like they was hurt. Ain't gonna hold you. So now we get into Deanna's journey. And Deanna, girl, I love you down. But that blonde wig is a no for me. Very beautiful girl. Body, everything. But the wig is a no for me. Add some highlights or something. I don't know if the color's too harsh or if it needs to be balanced out, but I don't like it at all, okay? So anyway, after we watch her journey, we start talking about the date that she had with Hussein, when they were talking about, her being a firefighter, not having time to talk to him and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to hold you. When we were watching that episode, it totally felt like, she just didn't want to talk to him. She didn't have the time to talk to him, or whatever the case may be. So I can understand why he felt the way he felt at that moment, because I'm like, girl, sometimes y'all just be sitting around the firehouse, so you can talk to him or whatever. But when she explained the fact that she has to be in the right mindset to be on go at all times, and she doesn't want to be in la la land talking to her man, and next thing you know, she got to go put out a fire. Now I understand. Now it makes sense to me. And Deanna, I'm gonna take back what I said last time because how you explained it in this episode made perfect sense. And now I know why you don't like to communicate while you're at work. So I do think that it's perfect for her to have potential suitors who prioritize their work just as much because she doesn't have time to be on the phone booed up. So she can't be with someone who wants to be on the phone booed up. So I'm glad that she did what was right for her and not settle with any of these men here just to do it, okay? But you know who really was eating it all up? Eddie. Eddie was eating it all up because now he's going to shoot his shot. He said he's going to give it to her raw. Pause. Not give it to her raw. I mean, tell her raw. He said that, if she would have him, he would like to take her out. And she accepted it. So now these two are going on a date. I been knew that Eddie and Deanna had some type of connection. It's just unfortunate that Eddie got sent home first because I felt like they probably could have built something along the way that we just didn't get to see unfold. So now let's go ahead and get into Shanice's journey. So of course we watch, everything that she went through in the infamous paint date when she was naked and they was painting on each other's body. Now Tay is down there in a little corner looking and she looks uncomfortable. Watch this because I didn't know all this was going on. Now Shanice is like, I don't even remember this. Meanwhile, Cisco is talking about something. That's AI. Cisco, I told you don't talk when nobody talking to you. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you? See, you don't listen. That's the problem now. You don't listen. Nonetheless, Shanice said that she's comfortable with being naked. Because Tommy was like, girl, how was you so comfortable being naked on national television? And she said that she has learned to love herself, okay? She's been abused physically, sexually, emotionally, and at this point, she is just comfortable with who she is. She used clothes to mask and cover up the hurt, and as she has healed, she realized that this is the freest she's going to be. And I said, you know what? I love that for her. And I'm not going to hold you. I did kind of judge Shanice just a little bit because I felt like the nudity was more of a sexual thing. But the way she put it in perspective makes perfect sense. And it does help that she has a nice little body going on too, okay? So Tommy asked Tay, how did she feel watching the date? And she said that she could not find the words. But she wasn't happy seeing her number one writing his names on her boobs saying that she was his. And I could imagine because I told you, when she finds out about this date, she's going to be upset. And the crazy thing is, Cisco never really told her. Y'all know that she found out about the date in the vote when the ladies were talking, but I don't think she understood to the extent of how the date went. And Cisco never brought it up or explained it to her. And that's already flag on the play. On top of all the other flags he got on the play, okay? Now, Cisco's like, well, we all went on dates. Don't piss me off, okay? Tay said, nah, we all didn't go on that type of date. We didn't go on X-rated type of dates. Exactly. So Tommy was like, so Fitz, how do you feel about this? And Fitz said, oh, I wasn't blindsided. She told me everything that went on. And that's another problem that I have with Cisco because he did not tell Tay everything that went on. You could sit there and tell a girl how you ain't got no money, you ain't got no house, you ain't got no car, but you couldn't tell her about that date though. Oh, okay. Now, Shanice and Fitz have a strong connection. No matter how the ladies felt like he wasn't here and taking it serious, the ladies didn't just feel like that. He said that. Shanice, I feel like your pick is off with these men because the simple fact that Fitz and Cisco was in your top is still crazy to me. But hey, here we are. We're here now. I guess her and Fitz got something going on. Ciao. So now we got to get into Cisco and Tay and see if they're still together. Cisco, where is your shirt? Pissing me off. I said don't piss me off and you piss me off. Where's your shirt? Was that the look? Because I don't like it at all, okay? So after we watch Tay and Cisco's journey, we get back and Tommy asks Tay, so are y'all still happy? Y'all still got y'all happy ending or whatever? And Tay was like, individually or together? Now, Tay, you know that man meant together. Why would you even say individually? But what that did was tell me everything that I needed to know, okay? No, they ain't together. They Thank God. I'm glad she woke up because God knows I didn't want her to still be with that man at all, okay? Now, she said that they not together. She was conflicted about his stability, okay? But she gave it a chance. She tried it out to see how it was going to go. Because although he told her everything, she was willing to give it a shot and give it a chance, and it just didn't work. So you can't say that she didn't give him a chance. And I wish every freaking body would stop trying to make it seem like him not being financially stable isn't a big deal. Please stop. The guys are in the back telling, he don't deserve love. He don't deserve love. I'm with Deanna. No. Go get yourself together as a man and prioritize getting a job, getting stable so that then you can go find you a woman and build a family. What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? Stop trying to make this seem like, oh my God, she did him wrong because she didn't want to give him a chance and a chance and a chance and a chance. She gave it a chance, it didn't work out. She said that she was talking to him and learning more and more about him through conversation. And she learned that he was out here just quitting his jobs. And she had to think to herself, is this somebody that I want to be with? Because am I going to be with a man and build a family? And one day he decided that he don't want his job no more. Is he going to quit? And now I'm sitting here trying to hold everything down while he go to pursue a modeling career. Exactly. Now, I don't know why Cisco thought that this explanation was going to be amazing. I was like, he thought he ate? He thought he ate? No. Cisco said, he explained what happened with him and his ex, and she said something that really turned him off. She said, it's giving you mooch off a woman. And it is. We've been saying it the whole entire season. Every time this man talks about how he's a go-getter and he's going to go hard and he's going to put in that work, it's always, yeah, and I'm going to have my girl to support me and uplift me and she's going to make me go harder. Yes, very much giving you mooch off of women. And then he got the nerve to talk about something. If that was the case, I'd be mooching off of you from the very beginning. Did you see Tay's face? Did y'all see Tay's face? Because Tay's face kind of said, and you tried. You tried it. That's what her face said. Ooh, I'm so glad that she realized that this was not for her. Because, girl, the way we've been screaming at you all season, you made me proud. You absolutely made me proud. And Tommy, stop trying to get her to settle for this ish. Stop talking about something. So is there any chance you can rekindle? No chance at all. Making me mad. Because, like, you know better than this. Tommy, give this same advice to your daughters. Go ahead, since you think this is the best thing to do in your 30s and 40s, is to go ahead and build a man up. Go ahead and give that same advice to your daughters. I bet you never would. I bet you wouldn't. Ciao. So after we get the look of the next season, which looks very, very interesting, I'm not going to hold you. I cannot wait for that season's drop because I feel like it's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be good. But nonetheless, Shanice and Fritz are going to continue to date. She's his North Compass, whatever that means, okay? Deanna and Eddie are going on a date. Good for them. I would like to know what happens between them two because I'm here for it. I am. I really am, okay? And now Khalil and Angie are going on a date because he agreed to take her old ass out. Okay, wait. He didn't say her old ass. He said that the ladies told him that it's okay to date older women. And since she's an older woman, he gonna take her out. That's what he said, basically, okay? Y'all, that was the reunion. That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else, okay? But I do have a question. Did you guys watch Hussein's interview with Kamisha Reviews on her channel? If you did, let me know. Because I was thinking about going over it with y'all in a live later on. But that's only if y'all want it. Only if y'all want it. I was supposed to interview him, but some things came up and some things are in the works and stuff like that. So we're going to have to reschedule for another day. But when that day comes, I will let y'all know. Nonetheless, I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think about everything that went on, everything that happened. Go ahead, like this video, hype it up, and subscribe to the channel. And with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.